with my siblings, with my brothers, with my sisters. When I learn how to communicate with them, I'm going to extend that same communication channel outside. If I don't practice how to communicate with my siblings, my family members, I will not be able to communicate outside. So we learn from home. Understand? So always communicate. And it says when a woman doesn't understand why her husband suddenly keeps late nights, when a man doesn't understand why his wife has suddenly become so secretive, when the parent doesn't understand what has become of their teenagers, there might be a problem. You have to take note of this one. It started with wife understanding husband, husband and wife understanding their children, children understanding their parents. If you don't communicate in your family, you will have a problem. And some of the problem that we have is as a result of lack of communication in our family. We don't ask our children what happened in school. Effective communication. You don't sit them down and ask them the aspect of the day that was successful. You don't sit down and ask them their friends. When you communicate with your family members, you are going to know a lot of things. And if you don't communicate, you also don't know a lot of things that eventually are going to affect the family, affect the individual, and affect the society. Communication matters in the family because it's from the family that will now get to the society, get to the nation, and get to wherever it's going to. So it says the absence of communication leads to assumptions. The absence of communication leads to assumptions. And what this means is that um, you might see, okay, let's say I pick something that's supposed to be in the sitting room and keeps it in the kitchen. If you don't ask me why I did that, you are going to assume whatsoever. I might do it positively with my own reasons, thinking that that's the best thing. But you might think that I'm doing it in a negative way. So, lack or absence of communication is going to bring in assumptions, and your assumption might be in a negative way. With this, is going to break the family relationship. And it goes on to say, as short, every arising problem must be discussed so that it can be solved, and each family member must learn to listen so that they will understand each other and relate better. Every problem in the family should be discussed. Whatever you notice in your family that is not going well, you should discuss it. That's what it is. So if you don't discuss it, it's going to lead to assumption. People are going to think you are